Hi, welcome back to the Ironman WoW Challenge with me, Sheppo. In the last episode, we had been up to Hearthglen and done some tasks up there. And now we've been sent back down to the Mender's Stead. It's been a couple of weeks since I've last played. I said I was going to be quicker. I've been away on holiday. You know, can't really do much about that. But I'm trying to get an episode uploaded a week. At the minute, 7.3 is still on Live Realms. Hallow's End kicked off a couple of days ago. We've got Hallow's End quests that we could do. In the last time I did this challenge and proceeded like quite the way through TBC before dying, I don't know whether it's Hallow's End or one of the other festivals where you can fly around and pick up stuff for XP. I did all that. I'm not sure whether it's allowed anymore, but I haven't got flying anyway, so it doesn't really matter. BlizzCon is in a couple of weeks. I've got an unopened item in my collection, apparently. I don't know how I find out what the unopened item is. I've already opened my BlizzCon mount. So I don't know why it's telling me that. I also said in the last episode I was going to sort out a macro for misdirect, which I have done, so it might fuck up. But what it should do is misdirect, and then it will swap to a heal on my pet, and then once misdirect is available again, it will swap back to misdirect. Okay, Dale Garon. We were speaking to Dell up in Hearthglen, I think. It would appear that I arrived before you, Ironshep's field agent Cartish gave me the details about my old home. It seems my battles with the Scourge aren't quite over yet. It's funny, the things you remember. I spent 16 hours a day working the fields, and every 7th day I'd head into the bustling Underhowl to sell what I'd grown. It was a tough life, but we did alright. But I barely remember any of that. When I think back to those days, I think about Gloria's smile or Andrea waving from the window whenever I'd look up from the plough. The farm's just a bit to the east, but I'm not sure I'm ready to go back, Ironsheps. I'd just like to make sure I hold on to those memories. Travel to the farm in Goron's Withering and gather any mementos that you can find. Okay, and he would give us... He says... That's a shoulder guard, that's pretty cool. They're both pretty good looking items, actually. It's a shame we won't be able to use either of them. We have another quest over here as well. From Field Agent Cartish.
Arkenan Poros.
Garon's Withering Cauldron. My analysis is complete. The blight that affects the animals here is no residual disease. No, it's something new, and I think I know what it is. The Court of the Damned maintains a plague cauldron on a farm called Garon's Withering. The farm is due southeast of us, close to where the Eastern Plaguelands begin. I need a sample from this cauldron to verify my suspicions. Eliminate the Cauldron Lord, which you just assume is there. For its key, you will then be able to access the cauldron and obtain my sample.
Remain vigilant.
I will remain vigilant indeed. It's okay, so let's head off on our trusty woolly mammoth. So this is the furthest east we've gone. There was a little icon there on the map. I have no idea what that is. I assume we're going to find out. It must be something to do with the Eastern Plaguelands. So that looks like maybe that's going to pop in a minute, but that looks like where the cauldron should be. There we go. We've got Wailing Deaths and a Haunting Vision. My pet is on assist, but it was just that they're doing nothing then, so that's a good sign, isn't it? And Hungering Wraith. These have all got excellent names. So I can just click on this. An access panel to the cauldron remains securely fastened. In order to open it, you will need to find the key. Okay. From the cauldron master, they said. Doesn't seem like a great thing to be a master of, does it? Oh, there he is, look. Cauldron Lord Soulwraith. Okay, so we've got the key. We've got the secret. An access panel to the cauldron remains. Cauldron Lord Soulwraith's key disintegrates as it touches the lock on the access panel at the base of the cauldron platform. A slight clanking noise is heard within, and the access panel swings open to reveal more viscous toxins within the cauldron's framework. There is a small spigot. Oh. Spigot. Spawns a solar wraith. Oh, he actually did a little bit of damage there. There's a small spigot that the bottle fits well enough under, allowing you to draw a sample for Field Agent Kotishi back at Menderstead. Okay, you carefully close the spigot in the control panel, watching the cauldron's putrid ichors drip into the empty bottle. With the poison in hand, it is time to return to Field Agent Kotish. Okay. And we're heading to that farmhouse there as well to collect some mementos. Not to be confused with Mintos. Although they are quite nice. This isn't a sponsored video by Mentos. Other mints are available. Tabbing, or tab targeting rather, something at the back of the house. I'm never going to be able to target that. Okay, faded finger painting. I think we all like paintings of fingers. Maybe it's a painting of a fish finger. And a Garon prayer book. It's a good job we didn't want that table as a memento, isn't it? It's quite big. I don't think we'll be able to take that back for him. There could be... Is that outside? No. There could have been a sturdy treasure chest there, but today, sadly, it is not there. And there's also a potential for a rare in here. Mange, and in fact 2 rares, none of which are actually there. Okay, well let's head back on our trusty rusty scorpion. It's not the smoothest of rides. Hey, Mr. Kartishi.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Garon's Withering houses a viciously potent plague cauldron. Once you have a sample of the plague... Yes, we've got that. Good work. 1 moment, please. The Dreno takes a moment to compare your sample with a sample he presumably had distilled earlier. Yes, this appears to be the same corruption that is affecting the wildlife. With this knowledge, and with your combat expertise, we may have the power to stop this. Desperate acts. The Court of the Damned maintains a small camp to the east. A militia outpost which they use for field training outside of the Scholomance. We may have allowed them to proceed unchecked with this training for too long. If cultists are truly using this plague to inoculate the wildlife, then militia outposts must be where the inoculation is occurring. Instructor militia... Your militia runs the outpost. Find her, slay her, and find out who she's taking orders from.
May your days be long, and your hardships.
Greetings.
This Gloria used to read from this prayer book every night. How had I forgotten? She was so devout, Ironshep's. Oh, this painting, my daughter Andrea, she loved to paint. It's nice.
See you later.
I wonder what happened to them. Appears we're not going to find out, but we do have another quest from Adrene Towhide, who we spoke to in a previous episode.
The winds guide you.
Zenkiki and the cultists. While you've been away, I've been trying a different approach with our friend Zenkiki. I believe he may have a future as a healer. This is mainly because healing spells never miss. That's true. I hear from Field Agent Cartige that the cultist camp to the east is where the plagued animals are coming from. I hope you don't mind escorting Zenkiki over there. Perhaps he can heal some of the plagued animals within the camp. Bring Zenkiki to militia outpost in the Western Plaguelands and then break 4 captive plague bears out of the cages and allow Zenkiki to heal them.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
That's a mouthful. And we have Zenkiki, who
Doing, man.
looks pretty happy to be with us. We've got a couple of buffs. Mark of the Wild, which I'll get rid of that. And look, Zenkiki's just putting his fair pack on, so I can't do anything about that. And we've got escorting Zenkiki as well. Zenkiki still seems pretty keen to just jump around a lot. Oh look! He turned it into a shaggy brown bear. It shrunk quite a lot though, so I'm not sure why that is. You know, there's one thing that's annoyed me about World of Warcraft since the very first day that I played it. Now, that's not true, but pretty close to the first day. First day on live. I rolled a Warlock on live. I actually played a Mage in beta. And, you know, you get a pet pretty early on as a Warlock as well. And the pets have a very, it's an amazing knack at getting under your mouse cursor when you go to loot a mob. It still persists in the game. It's really frustrating. I mean, it could be they're going to path back to your side and they just happen to, then, I was a bit quicker than normal, so I managed to loot it first. But a lot of the time, especially with Dire Beast and playing on my hunter main, you can have quite commonly, well, it's common to have rather 3 or 4 Dire Beasts out at once, and they'll all get under your mouse cursor. It's really frustrating. I think more so with this rabbit because it squeaks and it's got quite a loud squeak to it if you click on it. I think we've done Zenkiki and the Cultists. Zenkiki and the Cultists sounds like an amazing indie band. We don't have a rare here, do we? This is a quest mob. And we've picked up a quest, Desperate Acts. You take a look at the paperwork Militia was carrying. That's not actually a quest, it's not a new quest, it's a quest we had. The orders in Militia's possession incriminate Dark Master Gandling of the Scholomance, but they also conceal another important bit of information. Okay, the cult orders state that the plague from the cauldron at Gowron's Withering is in fact being used for two purposes. The first is... I'm going to get out of the way before this mob respawns. The first is the practice of spreading disease through the animals of the Plaguelands, which you already knew about. The remainder of the plague is being shipped to the Weeping Cave, a cavern north of Militia's outpost for use in some dark experiments. Students of the Scholomance are using this plague to reanimate the dead. Certainly they must be stopped. Okay, certainly we'll go and do that. There's like loads of potential rares around here. It's a shame like none of them are there. Oh look, ooze. Unholy corpuscle? That's pretty grim. Slay 4 of these, and that one's blue. What the hell is Enkiki doing? You're gonna pull. Okay. Don't think I've ever been in this cave. Maybe it's a new cave. Oh, scary music. Flesh Cobbled Ripper. They're pretty big. We need Krastinovian Disciple and another Flesh Cobbled Ripper. There's another Flesh Cobbled Ripper. I guess the Disciples looks like they're at the back of the cave. There you go. Oh, are these new? Maybe these are new from Cataclysm. Never heard of Krastinovian Disciples before. Well, I kind of want to have a look. Oh, there's actually a chest there, look. Yes. Jinkiki, you idiot.
What you want?
About killed yourself. You meant to be a healer. Anyway, we got like we got like 13,500 XP for that. That's pretty cool. From a chest. So it's certainly worth, if we see these chests, it is worth getting them. Well, and because of that, I'm going to have a look around the rest of the cave. And also, like, I haven't really done any farming of mobs at all, or grinding out a level or anything like that. So I don't really mind if I have to do it a little bit. And we've got a rare here as well. Lovely. Aphis. We got 5k XP for that. That's not as much as a chest. Aye, but it's still worth getting them. And there was meant to be a chest there, but I can't see it on top of that hill. Another rare. Tracker is a dog. Ah, rare dog.
Good fortune.
You have gone above and beyond, Ironshreps. Not only have we set back the cult of the damned in their crusade to re-plague the Plaguelands, but you've uncovered another set of dire plans. They continue to reanimate the dead. Your name will definitely be mentioned when this information is presented to High Lord Fordring, Ironshreps. You have my thanks and the blessing of the Argent Crusade.
Remember the lessons of the past.
Cool.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
Zen Kiki and the cultist, by the grace of the Earth Mother, he's done it. Thank you, Ironshreps. I admit I had nearly given up hope on Zen Kiki. It is only due to your patience and diligence that he has come into his own as a druid and a member of the Cenarian Circle, and that's without even mentioning the good you've done for nature. You have my admiration and respect.
May the eternal sun shine.
Cool, so, it feels like we're out of quests here. So, but the story doesn't really feel like it's come to an end. So I'm going to have a scout around here, and if I can't find anything, we'll go to Heroes Call Western Plaguelands for the next episode. Join me next time.